You're listening to Commander Cookout Podcast, round 295. Now fight! Hey Ryan, we're back for yet another whirlwind adventure. How you doing? You think they guessed what we're talking about today? You think they did it?
Couldn't help but laugh.
They did it. They got it.
Oh, good. What is going down?
Oh, a whole bunch is going down. We're going to break the mold by breaking outside of the bounds of Magic the Gathering by going to universes beyond. Is that what it's called? We're going to talk about some secret lairs, specifically the super cool Street Fighter 2 ones that are coming out in the next 9 to 10 months. There's also a few other ones that we're going to review and all that kind of fun stuff. Before we get to any of that, we have to thank our official business daddies, FusionGamingOnline.com, your source for all your gaming needs.
Very much so. And I want to say a couple things here before you turn it off. Oh, they're talking about secret lairs. Ugh. Well, we do lots of deck techs. We do lots of deck techs, but we have other thoughts, feelings, opinions, hopes, and dreams for Magic, and we'd like to share that with CCO Nation.
Yeah.
So, we're talking about Street Fighter today. And if you want to pick some of these up once they're out, I know that Fusion they do get secret lairs and they crack some of the ones that they get for singles. So you can buy singles if you don't want to buy sealed product or you're from the land of the free.
Yeah.
You can use CCO Spring promo code at checkout, get 5% off on your dang old order.
On stuff you're going to buy anyway?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes, and there's a couple of these Street Fighters that I do want.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of wanted it, but the wait is long, and I couldn't find anybody to kind of go in with, and the shipping's lots, so it's like, whatever. I'll grab the 1 or 2 cards that I want out of it later on. And
yes. 4 or 5% off, of course.
Correct.
Yeah.
Although yesterday, my 2 secret lairs that I did order, like back in 2019 or whenever it was, they did arrive yesterday, which is really cool. So I have my movie poster Blasphemous Act, and I forget even if I ordered those black and white lands, but I got those too. Fun fact about those, the mana pips in the text box are the color they're supposed to be instead of in black and white, and they look like they got rubbed off the art. So there's like these 2 weird kind of half-faded little dots on the arts that you can barely read. Yeah, it's not the greatest thing I've ever had. And they came pre-curled, which was really nice. I made a little circle of them.
Well,
stood them all up together.
Speaking of rubbing off.
Oh, my.
I am very excited to be back in studio. Oh, no, what is this? Not Studio CCO anymore.
The CCO control room.
We're back in the control room. You would know this if you're watching on YouTube.
Which you fucking should be!
Very much so.
They work very hard to make us look good, and don't make it for nothing.
Don't make it for nothing. Brando, give you the 100-hand slap.
Oh, yeah. Bust you up like that car.
Yes.
Or the barrels that fall out of the ceiling. Nobody remembers the barrels that fall out of the ceiling. Do you remember the barrels that fall out of the ceiling?
On which
Street
level?
Fighter. It's like
which level?
It's like in between 6 and 7, I think.
The barrels that fall... No, I don't remember that.
See, nobody remembers the barrels.
Do you remember that? Do you remember when you're fighting at Vega's place, you could climb up the wall?
Only Vega could climb the wall.
Yeah, but I was always Vega. So you could climb the wall at Vega's place.
Yeah?
He was my favorite guy.
Really?
Yes.
Is it because he was the fastest?
I don't know. Maybe because he looked the coolest.
He did look pretty cool.
I was much younger than you when Street Fighter came out. So I picked the guy because he looked cool one day at the arcade at the pool hall in Prince Albert when I was like 6.
Fair enough.
And forever it was Vega.
Hey, I picked Blanca because he looked coolest, and that's why I play Blanca now. It's true. Yeah.
You know what? I think that Blanca might be the best one.
I think he might
cards.
be. He's the one that I certainly would like to own, just because it's really cool to see like a character from my childhood that I really like on a card. I think that's neat. So I would really like to own one of those.
Very cool.
Even if I'm not going to play it, I would like it. It's also got good flavor. Like, it feels very Blanca-esque. And he's totally electrocuting Dan on it.
Yeah. Now, before we get to it,
though,
before we get to all of those cards, we've got some business. We've got some podcasting business.
Okay.
We're going to start with the giveaway today.
Okay.
We're going to do the booster pack giveaway because there is exactly one person from the comments last week that guessed the right commander. Exactly one. Everybody was guessing like Kenrith and different, and Asika, God of the Bridge and stuff.
Well, they all thought we were going to not break the mold?
One person guessed Sisei. That person, our boy. Drake Frost.
Oh, good for him.
Yes, Drake Frost guessed it. And just get in contact with me. He contacts me all the time because I'm painting like a Dragon Ball Z deck for him. Looks really good.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday. He has a foil Balefire Dragon that I'm trying to trade from him.
Ooh, foil Balefire Dragon. That's lots of.
That's several
freedom units.
Yeah, that's several things. But it's like the last card I need to foil out to Ralph because I put a Oh man, I got the Balefire Dragon off of the Maelstrom in Plane Chase. On I think it was turn 2 or 3.
Nice.
I definitely won that game. Because you know what I got right after that? A Chroma's Memorial.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
You know what we got to do? We got to do a new episode. We got to do like a real YouTube episode or maybe like just a short one. A short like YouTube extra of how we play Plane Chase. Because I see on Twitter and I see on Facebook lots like, what do you guys think of Plane Chase Commander? And I wish that we had a piece of content that I could point right to that explains how we play Plane Chase, because I believe firmly that it is
the best way to play Plane Chase.
The best way. Mm-hmm. And not that we do the best of anything, except for Plane Chase.
Yes, except for playing Plane Chase. We are the best at it.
Yes.
And our way of doing it is the correct way to do it.
We might also be the best at playing open flippy.drinky at Magic events. That's strangely the thing that we're the best at. I never lose.
Well, you can't lose. That's the joy of the game. Oh. It's one of the rules. Nobody loses.
Shut up, Brando.
I'm trying to encourage more people to play.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
And maybe if people see us, they're like, oh, what about that game that nobody loses? I'd love to play that. I'm having bad luck at this Magic Fest. I'd like to play a game I can't possibly lose.
And drink beer.
Come with us.
Crack Magic cards. We'll get tacos after.
Oh, my God, I want tacos.
Oh, I know. Oh, man. Dude. We got more business. That was a good bit of business there, talking about Plane Chase and open flippy.drinky, drinking beer, all good pieces of business. Mm-hmm. But we actually have some corrections to make.
Oh,
because boy, howdy, do we get destroyed now when we make mistakes.
Good.
Discord.
Makes us all better.
Bunch of dinks.
Yeah.
YouTube comments. They're all respectful, but I'd like to address it just so people... I hate being wrong. Can I say that? Can I say, what was that noise?
That was my feet. My shoes are wet, and they squeaked on the floor. I'm sorry.
Man, I hope the microphone picked that up because it sounded like it was behind me. The
Ventriloquist.
Acoustics. Yeah, the acoustics in here. Business. Yes. Correction from last week.
Okay.
The cat thing. That's my note. The cat thing. Nico. Somebody was like, "Oh yeah, Japanese. I speak Japanese." Because of course you do, because you probably learned it to watch anime so you could impress some girl. Neko? Neko is cat in Japanese?
Neko, yeah.
Neko. Maybe it's still Nico, but it's like said Nico, but it's pronounced or spelt Neko, I mean. I have no idea. I just wanted to address it to say I read it. Thank you. And I hate being wrong, so I wanted to just fix it. The other thing, Karn restarting the game, whoever's left, that's who's in the new game. Not all 4 people, just whoever's left. It's right on the rules tech or the rules riders on Karn's page on Scryfall.
Okay, so they went in afterwards and fixed that.
I suppose they did.
You're telling me, because that sounds like one of those oops. We better fix that real quick.
Yeah, let's make it a rule, guys, because this really sucks.
Yeah, because this is terrible and people hate us for doing this.
Oh man, you know what it was? We cut the corner and we didn't read that ruling.
Well, I guess, you know what? That's my fault. I'll take responsibility for that one. I thought reading the card explained the card.
Oops. I thought you were going to make a Cutting Corners Cookout podcast. It could be CCO.
Everybody knows that. I don't need to make that joke.
Oh, man. That was my business. Drake Frost, get at us. If you want to win a booster pack, watch the pre-show. It's every Monday before the show. Mm-hmm. Thank you for the YouTube comments. Thank you for the corrections. I like making the corrections so I can then again be correct on the internet.
It's important to be right on the internet all the time, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, and I will risk my reputation to be correct on the internet because it's important.
Right.
I will also
be here, I guess.
Oh, you weren't going to risk friends and risk like all of the things that are important to the community just to be right? No?
No.
Oh, okay.
Why would I do that?
Maybe I won't do that then.
I don't understand what you're even talking about right now. What is happening? Is this a joke that I missed out on?
I'm just making a joke.
Okay, I didn't understand.
Just making a joke. You know why? Because I don't fucking care. Because I don't care that much if I'm right or wrong on a topic, but if there is something that there is a right and wrong answer for, like the Karn thing, I like to be right. Makes me feel smart, okay? I play blue.
That's why I don't.
Yeah.
We got there.
Okay, one last thing, and this is just a hilarious thing.
Oh, I love hilarious things.
This is a hilarious thing that got mentioned in the Discord. It's one of the benefits of becoming a patron over at patreon.com/CCO Podcast. You go there. Good time to become a patron too, because we got some new content coming out. I got the mic boom, or the camera boom thing that goes over the table that I was telling you about.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and some other inner workings.
Did you get the other thing?
I did.
We going?
It started.
Are we on street level yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Ooh, good segue though.
Yeah.
We're not quite, but it started. Me and our boy Guy Pizza.
Yeah, I love that guy.
He's not doing us dirty. He's doing good. This got mentioned on the Discord by, I think it was by Mac. He made a funny joke about, we were talking about card organization, and they asked, is Brando organized? He's a red player. His shit's probably everywhere. I've seen his YouTube videos where he throws cards, and I was like, no, Brando's actually really organized. He's got like card holders that go in drawers, and they're separated by sets and shit. And they were like, oh no, we're all doomed. If Brando's organized and we're not, we're fucked. And then Max said Brando is like a CCO mullet. Chaos in the front, mono red chaos in the front, organized in the back. So the CCO mullet is playing mono red, but actually having an organized collection.
Well, I can't build crazy mono red stuff. I don't know what anything is.
Oh,
it's important.
That's the life lesson.
There it is.
There it is.
A little stamp right there.
Okay, well, I think we got everything out of the way there.
Man, we did business really fast this week.
Well,
People are going to get the Magic content that they showed up for like right away. This doesn't seem right at all.
Yeah, maybe.
We should complain about the weather or wildlife or dental surgery or, I remember I have a correction from last week too, because I said that at the beginning of the show that I learned something about my very own human body right that exact second when we started the show, and I never said what it was.
Oh.
So I'm going to tell everybody what it was now.
Oh, God.
I was doing the intro, and I have this freckle on my arm right here. You can't see it on the camera. If you're watching on YouTube, you could see me trying to show you, though. And there's a little hair growing out of it.
That would be a mole, not a freckle.
And I was trying to just, pull the hair out, and I gave it a good pull, and it just curled up like a ribbon on a Christmas present.
Yes.
And I think that's neat that works that way. I didn't know that happened.
You can do that with, paper ribbons and stuff, too.
Well, yeah, but this is hair. This is something that my body does, and as we all know, the human body is a temple of horrors, and we should all be afraid that we have one. But it was really neat that I learned that mine could do that.
Neat? Okay.
That's the thing I learned.
That's how pigs' tails are curled. You know that? Pig was running away from a farmer one time, and he ran through a fence, and his tail got caught, and he stretched his tail real far, and then...
Well, I guess,
the fence let go, the tail curled, and then it just genetically passed on to every pig ever.
Well, evolutionarily speaking, that would be a really smart and fast pig. Therefore, it would.
Pigs are fast and smart.
Therefore, it would live, and so it makes sense that it would pass that now genetic trait down to its ancestors.
Yeah. Hey, if you're interested in pigs too, check out an upcoming CCO's Top 5 and 5. Pigs make an appearance.
Do they?
They do.
Neat.
On a list that I made. Yes, last night when I was drunk watching curling.
Man, our boy Taylor on the other side of the glass here, he had a really funny thing, rules that would make curling more interesting to watch.
Oh?
They were actually really smart. If you know curling, so you wear a slider on both feet.
Oh.
That would be fun. You have a 5-second shot clock, so you can't be sliding back and forth down the ice to, have a conversation. You got 5 seconds, you lose your turn.
Oh, man.
If a rock breaks, every piece counts as a point. So you have people trying to break the rocks. You want to smash that rock into fucking dust because then you get 1,000,000 points. And if you're ever down by 3 or 4 points, for the last rock of your end, you get a giant double-sized rock, and it's called the sledgehammer. I liked every one of those ideas.
The sledgehammer, yeah, because the last rock of an end is called the hammer.
Yeah. So all of those were cool and would make me watch curling. As it stands, I will not because it's boring.
Oh, man. Well... Not boring is...
These frickin' Secret Lair cards, except for the ones that's on the top of my list. The Zodiac lands, I'm not into those.
Yeah, we're skipping those. We're going to Street Fighter.
Not into those. We're going to start with Street Fighter?
Street Fighter. And you know what? The majority of the show will most likely be Street Fighter.
Yeah, the rest of them aren't really pumping my nads. Except for Street Fighter, I'm super into that one.
Well, let's pump some nads. Let's do it. We've got 8 all new commanders.
Mechanically unique cards that will show up in a later set. If you've been keeping up with recent events, all of the Secret Lair children have been released, and they show you what they're gonna be. So
you mean that the Stranger Things children are all now being released in set boosters, and they're on the list. So I assume that these will also be in similar frequency in the wild.
Yeah, apparently they're going to be fairly frequent, so hopefully we'll see how that actually works out. I'm kind of pumped. I'm also excited to see the first person that tries to sit down with 2 of the same commander because they have different names, right? I think that's going to be funny.
That'll be funny. Man, would you let them do it?
You know, the first time maybe. If it was an honest mistake, I think I might let him do it.
Yeah.
He's like, well, they're different. They both have best friends or friends forever.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's like, why would you want to play the same card twice anyway?
Hey, man, I play Dragons of Prodes, Persistent Petitioners, and I fucking play the same card 25 times.
I played Relentless Rats. It makes perfect sense.
There it goes. That's fun. It's fun to break the rules. It's fun to be bad.
Okay, Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
First up.
Well, all legendaries, all 8 of them.
Yep.
All characters from the game/movie. And I'm going to be referencing the movie quite a bit because if you watch the pre-show, it was one of my favorite movies when I was like 6.
It's a great movie.
All of the art is digitally done, and that was on purpose. That was a request that they made to the Street Fighter people, is to find us artists or do these arts so they are noticeably digital, and some of them look like how modern day like fighting games look.
Yep.
Which I think is a nice touch. It's a little nod. There's no General M. Bison. And everybody thought that might be the hidden card that they put in the Secret Lair.
I think it would be a waste to do M. Bison. I think it would be better if they did Akuma. Or the car.
The car. Yeah.
Hear me out. The car. It would be called like the car. Okay? And it would be a 0-4 with Defender. And every time it takes damage, you make a treasure token.
Oh, hey, that's a cool thing.
Like, wouldn't that be neat?
That's cool.
I mean, that goes automatically infinite with like
lots of things
and stuff. But something like that would be really cool. Or like when it dies, you create treasure tokens equal the amount of damage that it took.
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool.
Yeah. Because you get money or power ups or something when you beat the car up in Street Fighter.
You get points.
You get points.
Remember points when a high score in a video game was a thing? Remember that?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Yeah, that's how old we are.
I have the all-time highest Duck Hunt score for original Nintendo out of anybody that I know.
Wow, did you use the light bulb?
No. I legitimately sat there and freaking practiced, man, and I was like sitting there like this. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm pointing it like a real gun. This is how you point real guns. 527,600. That's my score.
That's really good.
Dude, you know how fast the ducks fly up at 527,000 points? They're on the screen for like
a microsecond.
Like a half a second. Like, gone.
They just fly straight up and are gone.
Yes.
The dog's already laughing at you and the duck hasn't come up yet?
Yes.
Oh, man. Has anybody out there not played Duck Hunt? Down in the comments if you have no idea what Duck Hunt is.
I suppose.
I hope that's not a thing because Duck Hunt's really cool and a lot of fun, and I recommend that everybody at least look it up so you know what it is. Because you can't really play it on modern TVs, and that sucks, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool.
Yes.
Okay. No General M. Bison. He was one of my favorite characters. Hadouken is the Lightning Bolt secret card instead. You're going to have to get that for your Lightning Bolt collection, just FYI.
Wait, we know what the secret card is?
Yes, it's Hadouken.
But
Hadouken.
But that's on Ryu's card. It's just Hadouken Lightning Bolt?
Hadouken.
Oh, that blows.
Yeah.
That is... my idea was way better with the card.
And General M. Bison would have been better as well. First criticism.
Or Vega, or Balrog, or Sagat.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like all 4 of the boss characters from the OG Street Fighter 2 are not represented here. I know Akuma wasn't in those, but
maybe they're going to do another one.
I mean, maybe. They could
Street
do
Fighter bad guys? Because these are the good guys, aren't they?
Well,
Zangief isn't really a good guy.
Yeah, that's true. They could do like a follow-up next year, like Street Fighter. What is this called? Street Fighter X Magic Hyper Fighting or something? And it could have Fei Long and Cammy and T-Hawk and all those guys in it. That's like 8 more people. 9 if you include Akuma. 10 if you include the car.
That's awesome.
No,
man.
I
That's
want
awesome. You just rattled off all those characters, and I'm thinking like Cammy was Kylie Minogue, and it was one of her first like major Hollywood roles, and they just like went out and found her in Australia. They were like, oh, we need somebody. You're good looking. You have the right hair color. Come on. And T-Hawk, I thought T-Hawk in the movie was so cool. Just because he looked cool. Just because he was a cool looking dude. Oh man, so awesome. Yeah. Anyways,
Should we talk about a card?
No Bison.
No
Pissed
Bison.
off. That's my favorite guy in the movie. It's Raul Julia's best role. Everybody's like, oh no, Adam's Family's the best.
Well,
no.
Adam's Family's the best because he got to like mac on Morticia Addams, dude. Like, I don't want to sound that way, but like macking on Morticia Addams, even if it's just for a movie, I would definitely do that. I would definitely have that Gomez mustache in public just to do that, because that'd be really cool.
Yep.
I'd really like doing that.
Let's talk about a card.
Okay.
Edmund Honda, the sumo wrestler from Hawaii.
He's from China.
But he's also from Hawaii, says the Street Fighter movie.
That movie is ridiculous.
Yes.
It was made with the Mortal Kombat engine. Let's not get into how bad the game was. E Honda, sumo champion, is a 0-7 for white 4, has sumo spirit. As long as it's your turn, each creature assigns combat damage equal to its ass instead of its front. So Doran damage.
Yes. It's ass face.
And he has 100 hand slap. Whenever he attacks, up to 100 target creatures each get +0/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your hand. That explains why this card is mono white.
So many good things. It's the first card, and so many good things about it. I wish that it was, and I wish this about 2 cards. I wish that it was Abzan. I know that it like, he probably shouldn't be Abzan, but I wish it was Abzan so he could go and like be the leader of a Doran ass matters deck, like toughness matters deck. But it isn't.
If he was Abzan, you would never see Doran ever again.
Most likely.
He outclasses Doran in every way.
Except for he's a 6 cost, and apparently 6 drops are unplayable in Commander these days.
Oh, right, yeah.
So
Yeah.
This is great, and I think that it acts a little bit, or it can act a little bit like a Craterhoof Behemoth with that 100-handed slap.
Yeah.
Whenever he attacks up to 100 guys, and you're playing white, so you're gonna have like soldiers. If you're playing Selesnya, he'd be in the 99, but you'd have like sapperlings, tokens, beasts, elephants. You'd have plant tokens from your Avenger.
Yeah.
Pegasus, spirits. What other kinds of tokens can you get in white?
Angels,
vampire tokens,
avatars.
I want to put him in Alenda. Because when he attacks, I'll give him haste because I play Greaves and Boots in there.
Right.
And drop him and equip him same turn after Alenda dies. And then my 15, 20, 30 guys, when I cast and equip same turn, all get +5/+5.
And you clamped 3 of them or 4 of them before you attack to give +6 to your team. Like, this card is crazy good.
This card kind of feels like Craterhoof Behemoth. Not as good, I know. It kind of feels, in the scenario that I described, it kind of feels like a Cathar's Crusade for 1 turn.
Sure. Well, although it is every time he attacks. That's important to note.
Yes. You're right. What's his other thing? When it's your turn, ass damage.
Yeah.
When you got 1/1s and 2/2s, ass and face damage are kind of... Ass and fist damage are kind of the same thing.
Remember when we did that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles deck?
Yes.
Where it was all based on things that had like 0 power?
Did we do that? I feel like...
Yeah,
did we do that?
That was us, yeah.
I feel like Editor Tyler did that. I know that he's got a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle deck.
We talked about the deck on the show is what I mean.
We
didn't invent the deck. We just talked about it on the show. We're like, this guy just goes in there and now you're unblockable turtles or your flying men or whatever. All your unblockable creatures now just, instead of swinging for 1 and 2, they're going to hit for 9 and 10. Because if you're playing a flying men deck, you have blue.
Yeah.
So now you've got a win condition where instead of having to win by doing something that isn't attacking, you win by drawing a bunch of cards, which is what you were doing anyway, and then attacking.
Yes.
And just pounding your enemies into the ground, which is awesome.
All of that, stomping their dinks, slapping their lips.
Also of note in this card, in the art, he is slapping the shit out of
the car.
The car.
Yeah.
So it's right there. It was right there for him, and they missed it.
Well, maybe they thought, we got the car in. That's good enough.
Stupid.
Mailed it in, eh?
Yeah.
Cutting corners, Cookout, Watsy.
That's right. Maybe the C in Watsy stands for cutting corners.
Oh, yeah. Watsy. Consensus, better in the 99 in token decks or butt batters decks.
Agreed.
Doran or that dragon that makes walls be able to attack.
You could make a cool deck out of him, I think, but I think he would really shine in the 99
to
of a
take
deck
advantage of cards in hand, make your guys bigger.
Yes.
Because white isn't the best for that.
Correct.
Okay.
Moving on to the next one. The hero, the main character of the Street Fighter franchise. All the way back from number 1 when he had red hair.
Ugh.
He had red hair. It was ridiculous. Ryu, the World Warrior, is a 2/4 human warrior. Are they all human warriors?
They're
most
all
of them.
They're all soldiers or warriors, and they're all humans.
Weird. Anyway, he's a 2/4 for white 2, has training. So whenever he attacks along with a creature that has greater power than him, he gets a +1/+1 counter.
That's an ability we've seen before, right? That exists?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And that comes from Ryu constantly traveling the earth, trying to like get better and stronger as a person. He gets that way by fighting and overcoming people that are stronger than him. That's his whole gimmick.
Yeah.
And he has the Hadouken, which is for red 2, untap.
Red 4.
Red 4, untap, which, if you look at the untap symbol, is the control pad motion you have to make to do a Hadouken. Cool flavor there.
Oh.
And discard a card. He deals damage equal to his power to whatever, and if excess damage was dealt to a creature this way, you draw a card.
Are you sure? Do you think that's why they did that?
Yes.
Did you fucking just next level me?
Yes. That's 100% why they did that. That's absolutely, unquestionably why they did that. Yes.
Hadouken.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man, that's excellent.
Yeah.
Discard a card and he deals damage to something?
Yeah.
Equal to...
His power.
His power.
Yes.
So he would train, you would attack, and thereby tap him.
Yep.
Then you would Hadouken to untap him, and he would maybe deal 3 damage.
Yes.
So he would bolt something.
Yes.
So bolt being Hadouken in the secret spot is...
almost a waste of a secret spot that could have been the car.
But it is appropriate for Ryu's ability.
Makes perfect sense, yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and then as he gets stronger, his Hadouken gets more powerful.
Oh,
I don't like the fact that it costs 5 and a card. And turn after turn after turn after turn of trying to make him better, or I guess like dumping a bunch of pump or counters onto him.
Yeah.
I think is...
Oh, +1/+1 counter
Yeah.
on him with his training, not just until end of turn, not like prowess.
Yeah, it's till end of turn, yes.
Okay, so you could pump him, you could do counters, and that Hadouken gets big.
Oh, for sure. He'd be actually, I think, a kind of a neat Boros attacky commander, because you could play things like Cather's Crusade and all of the go wide token makers, and then you just have this giant space laser that just ruins people whenever it attacks.
Yeah, you would need... it's a triggered ability, so it would check... It would check twice, right? It would check when he attacks if creatures with greater power are also attacking. So let's say you attack with him and a 2/3/3s. It would trigger twice because you're attacking with 2 creatures with greater power.
Yeah.
And then on resolution, it would put a +1 counter on him to make him a 3/5.
Yep.
And then no +1 counter on him to make him stay a 3/5.
I believe that is
because
correct.
the other 3/3 that you're attacking with does not have greater power any longer.
Right.
I believe that's how that would work. So you would want things like pump after that ability resolves.
Yes.
You could then pump before damage or before you Hadouk.
Yes. You could also go nuts and like equip him up all to mad and make him into just a 9/9 that way. And
feels like this guy could go like maybe in Shu Yun, the Silent Tempest, the double strike guy with prowess.
Sure,
you could put this into that deck as somebody who you might want to attack with and pump and double strike and then untap and Hadouken with.
Yeah.
When he's big, because you're already playing all those pump spells.
Yeah.
So consensus, better in the 99 or good as a commandy?
I think he's better in the 99, but I think he'd be a really fun commandy.
Cool.
I think he'd be fun to play with, and it's good to see that on like the face card of the franchise.
Good. Let's
Yes.
look at the kind of the next face card.
Ken the Burning Brawler with the SNK versus Capcom style art, which I've never liked. I'm going to point that out right now. I think he looks ridiculous. Anyway, Ken Burning Brawler is a 4/2 for red, 1. Prowess. So whenever you cast a non-creature spell, it gets +1/+1 till end of turn.
Yep.
Boros. He gets first strike until end of turn.
Sure.
Sure, why not? Shoryuken.
Shoryuken.
Whenever Ken deals combat damage, you may cast a sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage for free.
For free.
For free.
Whenever he deals combat damage,
Yeah.
you may cast a sorcery spell from your hand with mana value less than or equal to that damage.
Yes.
Without paying its mana cost.
For free. So you cast a sorcery at instant speed for free. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
I think that he goes right alongside Ryu in the same deck because you want to be pumping.
Yeah.
You want to pump him so you can cast bigger spells.
Yeah.
He's got prowess, which makes him bigger. Like if you cast the red giant growth, what is it? Brute force?
Brute force.
Brute force? Brute strength? Those are both cards.
Yeah,
they both give +3.
There
I
we
think.
go.
Sure. You give him +3/+0, and he becomes an 8/2 because he gets 3 and he's got -4, and then he gets +1 from prowess. Then you can cast your, I don't know,
Insurrection.
that
wouldn't get you there, I guess.
Take an extra combat step
Yeah.
because you're playing Boros, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
Cast an extra combat spell
Yeah.
and then do it again.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool because then you can attack with Ryu again and untap him again, and you can Hadouken twice.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's pretty neat, hey?
Should they have partner? Or am I just stuck in the movie where they're like really good friends in the movie?
It would have made sense if they had partner.
Okay.
But I don't think they really needed to have partner.
No, I don't think so. And it feels samey with the Friends Forever
Yeah.
Stranger Things Secret
They
Lair.
did- they did that last time.
If they were like, oh yeah, these guys are canonically friends.
They're canonically linked in some way.
Yes.
And I don't know. I guess they usually end up kind of fighting together in the stories and stuff. But they're not... Like, they train together. They don't, like, chill together. Because I think he's a movie star or something.
Ken
is a movie star or an actor. He's famous or something. He's super rich anyway.
Oh.
And Ryu's like a dude that doesn't wear shoes that just walks around. But somehow gets on airplanes and gets places. It's really strange. He just shows up places.
You got to take your shoes off to get on airplanes now.
Doesn't wear socks either.
Oh.
Or those little white and blue booties.
Man,
that you get in the hospital. That's what
I hate wearing no socks and shoes.
Oh, man,
I know
I'm
that
right
people
there.
are like, it's a thing. You gotta wear. Gotta wear socks, man.
Yeah, I like to wear shoes too. I would wear shoes all the time if Kyla would let me. But she's always like, no shoes on the furniture. And I'm like, fine.
Consensus. Better in the 99 or leads the Commandy deck?
I think he would be cutesy in the 99, but I think he makes a pretty interesting commander.
I think casting stuff for free is a big deal. You
Yeah.
can use some red burn to clear guys out of the way so you can attack without them dying. And then you use his ability after some pumps to cast free stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Could you
man.
get him big enough to reliably kind of make him like a red omniscience where you can just cast whatever you want?
Probably. If you
You
built
probably
the
could.
deck right, you could do some damage with
You
Ken.
probably could. Note with X spells though, you're casting them for free. He doesn't help you pay for X.
Yeah.
X equals 0 when you cast things for free. So you got to find something else like Insurrection or Blasphemous Act, cost 9. It would probably kill him, but
This is like I hate to say this and put this energy into the world. You know what he can play immediately upon attacking for free that in this deck?
what is it?
Armageddon?
Armageddon? Yeah, Yoko Hops,
You have Ken.
Planar Cleansing.
You don't need land anymore.
Catastrophe.
That kills him too, though. You can't kill him.
Well, you can just put an indestructible thing on him. Put indestructibility on him. Put a Darksteel plate on him.
Yeah, and now you can play the whole game for free.
And you can play every white and red sweeper.
Yeah.
That kills literally everything.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe.
There's the deck.
Oops. Planar Glory Is that? Oh no, Baron Glory.
Baron Glory.
The cheese stands alone if you like silver bordered cards. Moving on.
All right, man, let's talk about the meat and the potatoes.
Oh, the green meat and the red-haired potato.
The green meanie, baby. My very favorite Street Fighter character all time, Blanka Ferocious Friend. He even has a cool name.
Yeah, that feels like a little bit samey Stranger Things, just like I was talking about.
I like that he's big and scary and mean. I like that he's electrical for no reason. I like that he's a monster from the jungles of Brazil for no reason. I like that sometimes he uses his electric powers to run a blender. I like everything about Blanka. He's the best. And he's electrocuting Dan in the art.
And
Very
he's a 5/5 for 5 with haste.
And he's in Jund.
Gruel.
Not Jund. Gruel. Gruel. Better Jund, as I like to call it. With haste. And he has rolling attack, or Blanka Ball, as I like to call it. Blanka Ferocious Friend has trample as long as you have cast 3 or more spells this turn. Neat.
3 or more spells this turn. Doesn't matter when you played him. If you played spell before Blanka, and then you play Blanka, and then you play 1 more spell, that's 3 spells.
Neat.
Okay.
Very important. Also, good flavor, because Blanka Ball you do by charging, and then you do the Blanka Ball, so that's important.
And trampling. Yes,
Electric
yes.
Thunder. Whenever Blanka becomes the target of a spell, he gets +2/+2 until end of turn, and deals 2 damage to each opponent.
This card is very powerful.
This card is so good.
This card is
so good.
So let's figure it out. Okay, that brute force and giant growth, because we can play both of them.
Yeah.
Okay? Mm-hmm. So we go Blanka,
Yeah.
brute force,
Yeah.
he's a 10/10. And dealt 2 damage to everybody.
Yeah.
Giant growth, he's a 15/15 and
That's 4 to everybody now.
has done 4 to everybody.
Yeah.
Take 15.
And now he's got trample and haste.
Or do you do Blanka, giant growth, he's a 10/10, and then you give him uncanny speed, or what? No, what's the one that's +1 and double strike? So you make him a 10/10, and then you make him an 11/11 with a +1 and double strike, and it's your 3rd spell. So he's a 11/11 double striking haste trampler.
He's actually a 13/13 hasting double striking trampler.
Oh yes, because he gets
who has done 4 damage to the whole table. Blanka is really good.
Oh man,
Now,
this is a cool guy.
On one hand, it's kind of like, well, it tells you what to do with it.
Yes.
The instructions are written directly on the card, but you can tell that somewhere in WotC there's other Blanka players, and that's awesome.
You know what?
If this was another Street Fighter character, I'd probably be mad. Like, if this was the Ken card, I'd be like, this is so overpowered. This is ridiculous. And I would be complaining right now.
Such a hypocrite.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm going to own that. I'm going to own it. But since it's my favorite guy, in my favorite colors, with my favorite art out of the entire Secret Lair drop, chef's kiss.
Oh, man. You
Chef's kiss.
Chef's kiss. Would you build this?
Absolutely, I would build this.
And you would build this. You would build this with all the pump and dump, all the green and red, whatever cheap card draw, just to keep the Blanka ball rolling.
Oh,
huh?
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, very
and
good.
You would put the ball lightnings and the ground breakers in. You would put that 8-0 guy.
Absolutely. Force of vigor. Hell yeah, I would. You know I
That's
would.
not force of vigor. That's
It's something of vigor.
It's
You sure it's not force of vigor?
no, force of vigor is
Avatar
the
of vigor? I thought it was vigor. It's force of something, isn't it? Either way, it's an
force of
8-0.
savagery.
Yeah.
That's got to be
there
it.
we go.
Is that it?
Maybe.
The 8-0.
Yeah.
That guy. You
Very
just have a
good.
pump like an anthem on the table, so he's a 9-1. And then you can just pump and pump and pump, because that's what you want to be doing if somebody kills your commander. You got haste.
Yes.
You got haste.
Of course it does.
Oh, man.
It's so damn good. I like that a lot.
Little bit of a one-trick pony. That's why I wanted to outline a little bit of the other aggro kind of samey creatures. And some people think that commander damage isn't really that relevant.
Well,
I think the more casual you get with commander, the more commander damage is relevant.
yeah.
And I have died and seen people die since the beginning of 2022. Not once a week, and you play maybe 3-4 games a week at FNM.
Sure.
Not once a week, but more than twice I've seen people die because of commander damage instead of taking 40 or being milled or infected.
There we have it.
Yeah, so this guy could do that very quickly to at least one person, and I think the rest of the deck is then designed around how do I stay alive or how do I not get ganged up on.
And while you're doing that kill the one person thing, you're also hurting everybody else too.
Yes. I think the rest of the deck is like red wraths and earthquakes and blasphemous acts and stuff, because you know that Blanka's going to die after you kill that first person. But it has haste.
Yeah.
So you just stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive until you see a Blanka opening, and you just
Blanka ball the shit out of them.
Blanka ball right in there when you can. And I love that kind of magic, because it feels a little bit high risk and strategic, even though I'm just trying to smash somebody's head in. Yeah. It's strategic as to, I have to find that opening to be able to do that.
It's like hiding a wrecking ball behind a houseplant. And then when somebody's not looking, the ball just comes out and gets them. It's awesome. They know it's there, but there's nothing they can do about it.
That's it, yeah.
Let's go on to another super powerful one.
Super powerful one that everybody's going to simp over because it's Chun-Li.
So Chun-Li Countless Kicks is a 3/3 for white, blue, 1 multi-kicker of an Azorius hybrid mana, so white or blue. Which comes into play, exile up to, X target instant cards from your graveyard, where X is the number of times Chun-Li was kicked. Put a kick counter on them. Then, whenever Chun-Li Countless Kicks attacks, you can cast all of the cards that have been exiled with kick counters on them for free.
You can exile... You can cast them all?
Yeah.
Every time she attacks?
All of them.
Exile X instant cards from your graveyard.
Yeah.
So you can just cast instant cards.
Yeah.
Or you can self-mill.
Yeah.
Because blue is want to do that sometimes, right?
Yeah. Traumatize yourself and then play Chun-Li, kicker 4 or 5 times. Probably win.
Yeah. You know what? We've seen... Does everybody have some kind of when they attack or some kind of attacky clause in their rules text?
Yes.
Yes, because they're fighting.
Yeah, they're fighters.
I love that Street Fighter Secret Lair is encouraging players to attack.
Yeah, me too.
I saw a guy lose on Thursday because he didn't attack, and he's like, well, I'm scared of the crackback. The guy that he was attacking could have attacked him for 10, and he was at 60, and he didn't want to attack because he was scared of the crackback, and I was like, when he cracks you back, I'll kill him. So you'll go from 60 to 50, and then you'll kill me. That's how the game will work. I was trying to get second, right? Yeah. I ended up getting third. I was trying to get second. But get your chip-ins, kids. Very important. And these Street Fighters are teaching us some Commander life lessons.
I feel like maybe that guy might have played a few too many games with me where crackbacks are hell, baby.
Yeah.
Because if I can crack back like hell, I will, even if it's not the best move for me. So Chun-Li Countless Kicks.
Do you think that this is the most powerful one?
I think so. If you build the right shell around
you got to get those instants in your graveyard.
Yeah.
And it's only instants.
It's only instants, and I mean...
Ken's only sorceries.
Yeah, and we just talked about how he's going to blow up Earth over and over again, right? Like,
yes.
Chun-Li Countless Kicks could get all of the... Is there any instant take an extra turn spells?
Instant take an extra turn spells? Probably.
Because if there is, you're going to get that. You're going to get like Path or Swords, maybe Rift. There's all kinds of like spot removal you can get to get the blockers out of the way, and this is going to happen every single time you attack.
Card draw spells?
Yeah, you're going to draw lots of cards. Like just every time she taps to do some damage, you're going to get some kind of, I don't want to say unassailable value, but like you're going to get a lot of value off of just going to combat. And that's outside of what you're going to do on the rest of your turn, every turn, right? So, I mean, I think Chun-Li might be, if you build around her, the one that's going to... And as the game evolves and becomes bigger and more cards get printed, you're going to see her get better as they print stronger and stronger instants.
You're probably right. As if there isn't strong things like, I don't know, Brainstorm.
Yeah.
Brainstorm already.
Yeah.
Brainstorm every turn or like just draw whatever cards at instant speed. Yeah. Remember, X spells, cast them for free, X equals 0. Sometimes you might not hate that though, because what if they cause you to shuffle like a Blue Sun Zenith?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, Blue Sun Zenith wouldn't
already
be in
exiled.
your graveyard because it gets shuffled back into.
Oh yeah, instant speed extra turn spells. There is a red one. And there is also Nexus of Fate. The red one is Final Fortune.
Yeah. That card is so good.
And we've already mentioned Shu Yun, the Silent Tempest.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Chun-Li would love to go in that deck, just like Ken and Ryu would.
Mm-hmm.
Because who would not want to continue to cast pump spells on Ken and Ryu and
Chun-Li?
No, what's his name? Silent Tempest guy? Am I saying that right?
Shu-Yun?
Shu-Yun. Yeah. Shu-Yun, who would not want to keep casting their pump and double strike spells that have cantrips attached to them because you're playing in white and blue.
Yeah.
And just keep rolling that all together.
Can you imagine all three of them attacking at the same time? You go in and play all of your previous instants for free, play a sorcery in your hand from free, and then untap your creature that's now a 20/20 and just rock somebody's life with a key-based fireball. And all you've paid is 5 mana and discarded a card. You've played like 10 things.
Yes. Just
Crazy.
make sure whoever you're attacking with Shu-Yun is the player that's open, because that's where you're going to get commander damage from, probably.
And you probably don't even need it at that point.
This is a cool deck. That was a cool deck.
All right, next up.
This is the biggest miss of the set for you, right?
Not close the biggest miss of the set. And anybody who plays Street Fighter is going to agree with me. Dalsim, Pliable, Pacifist is a 1/3 reacher for green, white, 2. Has teleport. It has hexproof as long as he's attacking. Cool. Whenever a creature you control with reach attacks, untap it, and it can't be blocked by creatures with greater power this combat. So it's kind of like a reach matters guy. That's neat.
Goes in that same reach dragon decky thingy that I was talking about before.
Sure.
No, goes in spider.deck, but doesn't include black. I also wish that this one was Doran colors.
Let me tell you why he's going to be red. Because we should take... What he has is Fierce Punch.
Yeah. Finish reading them.
Also what he's doing on the card is his ducking Fierce Punch. That's what he's doing on the card.
Yeah.
Whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, draw a card. Cool, it's got a Ophidian, whatever. The reason he should have red in him somewhere is because Dalsim breathes fire. He should have fire breathing.
You think he should be Naya, even just a red in his text box?
Yeah.
For fire breathing.
Yes. Because he breathes fire. That's what he does.
I think they didn't want to confuse players and use his fire breathing tactic or move for fighting because he's a pacifist.
Then why is he double punching some dude in the balls?
Maybe he's double fist bumping guys because they just made a good shot in curling.
We know he's not.
Oh.
Dalsim is like super jacked and he has a necklace made of human skulls.
Maybe he found him.
Maybe he found him. Maybe he cut the guys' heads off himself, boiled their skin off like the Predator, and then made a necklace out of them. And then says, "Oh, I'm totally a pacifist." And when he coughs like that, fire comes out of his mouth because he breathes fire.
I want an Alien versus Predator Secret Lair.
Give it time, we'll get it.
Give it time. I want Arnold Schwarzenegger to be on there.
I want Arnie on a card. Terminator Secret Lair.
Could we call it Carney? Carney?
No. Carnies are weird.
I don't want a Carney Secret Lair.
No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Man,
so
fantastic.
Dalsim's a whatever. I don't know. I'm super soft on this card, not just because it's a big flavor miss, but also because it's kind of I don't know. I think he's kind of shitty.
When I first saw that Dalsim was Selesnya colors, I thought, why doesn't he have black in him? Because I knew he breathed fire. I knew he had the skull thing. I knew he had some like tribal face paint. Not that makes you black, but I kind of associated him with evil. I don't know if that's correct or not.
No, he's a yogi. He's a good guy.
He's a good guy?
Good dude.
He wasn't a bad guy in the movie either. He was the professor.
He was the professor that
made
Blanca.
Blanca in the movie. Yeah. I didn't associate him with evil, but his character from the game I did associate with I guess evil and black.
He was pretty scary.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe I was scared of him when I was little.
He could teleport around and fly and stretch his arms really long, and he breathed fire, and he had a necklace of human skulls.
Sounds like black, and if he had black, he could go into Spider Tribal because he cares about guys with reach, and spiders have
reach.
Yeah, they give you reach around 8 times. So, big miss. But we'll move on.
We'll move on. Guile the Sonic Soldier.
Oh man, could we could play Guile the card in our Guile Sonic Soldier deck because it's blue. Remember Guile?
Yeah,
from Lorwyn?
Yes, I do.
Guile?
Yes, I do. So, Guile Sonic Soldier is a 4/4 for blue, red, white 1. Whenever it comes into play or attacks, you get a charge counter on him. Whoa. Guile's moves also done by charging a direction, pushing the opposite direction, and a button to do a move. In this case, there's the Sonic Boom. That's back, forward, and punch. Guile Sonic Soldier deals 4 damage to any target.
Back forward punch, deal 4 damage.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
It's not too bad. Or down, up, and kick. You're going to get a flash kick. Guile Sonic Soldier gains lifelink and indestructible until end of turn.
That's pretty good.
It's pretty.
I wish that was lifelink and double strike, or indestructible and double strike.
Yeah.
Because then he could be the Shuyin, the Silent Tempest commander for all these other cards that we were talking about already.
I guess you could use Guile,
It was a
Ryu,
little-
Chun-Li, and
It was a
all
little
in the
bit of a
same-
red herring using Shuyin, but I think it's a better commander than Guile, and Guile would just go into the deck.
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could just team them all up. Hey, that'd be kind of...
Team them all up, extra combat steps, because you're in extra combat colors, extra turns for extra combat,
Right?
because you're in the extra turns colors. This feels like a deck that isn't going to give people the Narset chills or
Right.
the Narset effect, where it's like extra turns, extra combats, Narset, take 85-minute turns. No, this is extra turns, extra combat, Guile, and I'm just going to kill you all with like 1 extra turn or 1 extra combat.
I only need 1.
Yes, I think that's cool, and I like that he's got Sonic Boom.
Sonic-a-boom!
Yeah, super good. Super good. And I like when they make it so you can play everybody in somebody's deck in the Secret Lair. Like you can combine them all, right?
Yeah.
I do like that.
And there's a couple you miss with Guile, but I mean...
Yeah, sorry.
Those are two that they don't like hang out together anyway.
Everybody we talked about, except for Blanca, so far, could go into Guile's deck.
Yeah.
And the next guy, everybody except Blanca can go in Guile's deck, and the next guy can be the commander that Blanca goes in if you don't want to play a Blanca deck.
But I don't know why I wouldn't want to do that. But okay, sure.
So I feel like we've covered Guile because we talked about Shuyin so much already.
Well, Guile, you attack, you do 4, or you attack and he gets lifelink and indestructible. That's what happens. It happens every time he attacks. He kind of protects himself.
Dealing 4 and is to any target.
Yep.
Yeah, so you can get rid of blockers that are like in front of Ken or Ryu, so you can use their abilities and stuff.
Yeah, or Chun-Li, so you can keep getting all that mad value. It's
yeah,
foolproof.
he'll just Sonic Boom.
Yeah, Sonic Boom.
And then Chun-Li will just give you a bunch of extra turns.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And the last one, the Russian Cyclone himself, Zangief, the red Cyclone, is a 7/4 for Jund and 2.
7/4.
7/4.
So he's on the commandy clock.
Oh yeah, he's on
the CC.
3-pump chump, baby. Must be blocked if able when he attacks.
Sure.
Iron Muscle. As long as it's your turn, Zangief is indestructible.
I wish that was Iron Mustache.
I like Iron Muscle better.
I like Iron Muscle.
Spinning Pile Driver.
Oh,
now,
baby.
There could be no more words on this card, and I would be happy just because he has Spinning Pile Driver.
Could be just flavor text.
Whenever Zangief deals damage to a creature, if that creature was dealt excess damage this turn, that creature's controller sacks a non-creature, non-land permanent.
This is Zangief spinning pile drivering you onto one of those crates and smashing it.
Yes.
That's what that is?
Yeah, you're getting Spinning Pile Driver through like the background of Guile's stage or whatever. Yes.
Yeah, Zangief, he fights on like the shipping docks yard.
That's Ken.
That's Ken?
That's Ken.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Ken's got the shipping docks. Guile's got the airstrip with the airplanes. Zangief is in like a Russian factory.
Oh, yeah, that's the factory.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a shipping dock. You're right. It's the factory. Oh, man.
Yeah,
And you
Zangief
just
is cool.
Smash guys through barrels and
Yeah.
and crates and stuff.
It's pretty cool.
Oh, man. I always love landing on those.
Oh, cool, the statue blew up.
Oh, man.
And then, of course,
super
you didn't realize the statue blew up because M. Bison was just wrecking you, hey? Like,
Yeah.
he did the double head stomp and the backflip eye poke into the psycho.
He was hard to beat, hey?
Yeah, he was tough.
All right at the end?
He's tough.
Man.
He's tough. Didn't like him. But Zangief, I do like. I would like to play this in my Shitter Gang Bros.
Mm-hmm.
Just because he's pretty cool. He's pretty fun. And does something unique and cool. And in the art, he has a bear and a headlock.
Hey, everybody's going to like that.
Yeah,
all the bear people, all the people that are into bears.
Yeah.
I know this is Lenny's favorite card. It looks like his husband, Steven.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
They give each other spinning pile drivers all the time in bed, he says.
probably do.
Probably do.
I believe that.
I wouldn't put it past them.
Believe every word of that.
Don't Google that?
No, you probably shouldn't. I mean, that's just, don't invade their privacy. They're good dudes.
Yeah.
Don't
Two
be invading their privacy
sweaty
like that.
dudes giving each other spinning pile drivers?
I mean, that could just be wrestling.
Oh, well, I was going
Right.
to say no kink shaming in the nation, which is also true.
Also true. Yeah. That's the whole Secret Lair.
Yeah, so
Except for the car.
except
which
for the car.
will, I assume, exist.
Okay, well, the last thing that I wanted to touch on real quick, and we said it already, but they're human warriors or human soldiers or human beast warrior or human monk. They're all humans, and let's call them all soldiers or warriors.
Yeah.
Relevant enough creature types to put them into whatever, unthematically, and just, like, are they good cards? Are they good enough?
I think so.
When we say, like, in the 99 consensus, like, where do they go?
I think that there's lots of cards that I would play out of this. If I were to pick up the Secret Lair, I would certainly try and build Blanca. I would maybe put Ryu and Ken into my Boros deck because I think that would be fun.
You have a Boros deck?
I sure do. The Commander Cookout Jumpstart, where I have 50 white cards and 50 red cards, and I just slammed them together.
Oh.
I would take out my 2 cheater cards that I have in there right now because I have 2 cards that are red and white. I would take them out and replace them with Ryu and Ken
Oh.
because you can only have 2. But in my world anyway, and that's what I would do. And I would certainly play Zangief in my Shattergang Brothers.
Yep.
So, I mean, 4 of the 8 cards I would 100% play. And the car, since it's going to make treasure tokens, I would definitely put in my Brutaclad deck to
Yep.
make tokens. So
I would put E Honda in my Alenda deck.
there you go.
Yeah, maybe if we ever get this Secret Lair, we'll split it up. You can take 7 of the cards. I'll take 1.
Sweet. Halfsies?
Yes, split it up.
Sounds good.
There it is.
No, there are a bunch of other Secret Lairs that are coming out with this drop. We can hit them quick.
A super
I guess.
drop. Yeah, I don't think that you are going to be super into any of what these are, and you know that I'm not a huge anime fan. I don't watch any. It's not my favorite art style.
Yeah.
And you know that I've never, like, actually ever purchased a Secret Lair ever.
Yes.
Because they're too much money to get into Canada. Figure it out. We're going to continue to say, figure it out, Watsy.
Yeah.
So let's hit them quick.
Okay,
and give kind of a synopsis of the cards and the art style.
Okay. So we skipped over the land one where you get your birth sign. I don't give a shit about those.
What if I got you a Leo one? Are you a Leo?
I'm a Virgo.
You're a Virgo because you're born late in August. I'm a Leo. I'm in the middle of August.
I'll bet you it's going to be a Plains and it's going to be terrible. So get out of here. First one is introducing Kato Shizuki. I think that's the Planeswalker,
That's
right?
the dude, yeah.
That's the guy in the arts. And you get a Brain Freeze, a Bribery, a Snap, an Unmask, and a Shadow of Doubt. They're all kind of like colored in manga styled. They're nice. It's not my favorite, but I know lots of people that are into this. The Shadow of Doubt actually has a really cool picture on it with Jin Gataxis' shadow and like
Shadow,
ninja guy looking down on him. Right?
Of note, Brain Freeze in foil from Scourge. Very expensive. Snap in foil from Urza's Destiny.
Very expensive.
Very expensive.
Yeah.
Bribery in foil. Very expensive.
Yeah. Unmask and foil also expensive.
Because it's from Nemesis, right? Only printing, and that's a vintage. That's a vintage expensive.
Yeah,
That's
and
That's like next level.
That's the next level of expensive. And Shadow of Doubt, I think, actually used to see play too.
Probably expensive because it's from Lorwyn block. Yes,
Yeah,
Lorwyn, Morningtide,
Shadowmoor or
Shadowmoor,
something.
Eventide.
Yeah.
So all of those are expensive foils and well picked.
Yeah, that's
if you want to get that in foil.
Yeah, and I don't know like if it's good in EDH, but there's a few like Brain Freeze, Bribery, Snap, and like maybe Unmask you could play. I think Shadow of Doubt is overshadowed in Commander. But
I play Snap in at least. I've played Snap in lots of decks. I have it in exactly one deck right now. And if I wanted to go combo mill, I would play Brain Freeze.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Kamigawa Manga. That kind of tells you what the style is. It's in manga. I assume it tells a little story. It's got an idyllic tutor where you got like Shizaki fighting the Emperor. Idyllic tutor got reprinted recently. It's a shitty enlightened tutor. It's fine. Cool to see it.
It's well picked because that card was expensive for a while.
We have Swords to Plowshares. It's got the Emperor fighting Jin Gataxis on it. Swords has been reprinted a whole bunch. It's a well-played card. It's a, air quotes, staple.
Might as well have an extra art of it.
Good pick. Solve the Equation. We got the ninja guy looking at Jin Gataxis solving an equation. That's an instant tutor.
It tutors for an instant.
Yeah. Yes, correct. It's a sorcery that tutors for an instant.
And like a $5 foil already.
So cool.
Just FYI, not that that's so expensive, like a foil Snap.
Yeah.
But it was from Strixhaven. and it's a foil because it's a tutor for an instant that, let's face it, you're going to win you the game when you search for that.
Yeah.
Mnemonic Deluge, tripled, cast, solve the equation 3 times to find Blasphemous Act, Star of Extinction, and something else, all straight to a Brash Taunter.
Yeah.
Seen that happen in a game the other day.
Next card in that Secret Lair is Praetor's Grasp. That's Tameo being completed. I don't know why they spell it wrong, but they do. That's a Diabolic Tutor for somebody else's deck. Don't play it in VDH, but if you're playing it in paper, it's a cool card. You get to tutor somebody else's deck.
Can we call it PDH?
Absolutely, we can.
PDH.
We can call it whatever we want.
That's a good card, and it was getting expensive, especially for foils.
Yep, and it's got neat art. I actually like the picture on that one. In foil, that'll look cool with the purple lines on the roof.
And it's going to make a very cool non-foil altar if and when those ever come to fruition.
Those appear. And then the last card in that drop is Veil of Summer. It's Tameo, I assume, after being completed, talking shit to that ninja guy. Veil of Summer was an uncommon that had to be banned in a bunch of formats. It's really good in EDH, and I think probably CDH as well.
CEDH staple, yeah. I play that in my Animar deck because it's a counterspell that draws your card and shuts your opponent off, right?
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Next drop is Lil Walkers. I give 0 fucks about this. I do not care about any of the cards in it because I think these chibi arts are stupid. I don't like them.
I'm not a Chiba guy, and I'll extend that to a Funko Pop as well. But that's just because I don't really like cutesy things.
Yeah.
Like when the first Secret Lair came out, Cats.
Yeah.
I said it then, and I maintain that the cutesy ones kind of just aren't my thing. But I did see a lot of the CCO Discord nationalites talking about this one and that this is the one that they want.
Wow.
Because people do like cute things.
If you like the cutesy chibis, that's great. I think that the most playable card in here is Ashiok, right? Nobody plays Angrath. Nobody plays that Ajani.
Ajani and Ashiok are probably the cutest ones too. Because Ashiok is ugly and terrifying. Like terrifying. If you really examine all of the intricacies of Ashiok's art, terrifying. And the Ajani's winking at you.
Which is fun.
So when you make those into like little cute things, I mean, it is cute. I understand the appeal of it.
Like Tameo has like a little Emrakul tentacle coming out of the moon she's sitting on. Like it's neat, but they're not my jam. And I don't think that the card inclusions, unless you want the art, is worth it. Like lots of these cards, you just don't even. Yeah,
you don't. I'll say that's not very well picked.
Yeah,
the cards themselves, other than Ashiok and maybe Tameo.
Let's talk about cards that weren't picked very well. Let's talk about pictures of the floating world.
Let's talk about the most fantastic Secret Lair, not only art but treatment style that I like, and totally missing the fucking mark.
Good lord, it's the 5 hideaway lands, and they all suck. You can still play them. Some of them are playable.
The green one and the red one, I do and or have played.
Sure. But you know what? Not worth it. This art is incredible. But contact the artist and get a print. Put it on your wall.
These
Don't
are
put it
fantastic.
In your deck, because this is a ripoff.
The red one, Spine Rock Null, triggers when somebody's taken 7 or more damage. You can cast the Hidden Away card.
Yeah.
Right? Let's call that good.
Fine.
And it's sort of easy to trigger in a red aggro deck.
Sure.
The Windbrisk Heights is triggers when 3 or more creatures attack. That one's pretty easy to trigger.
They're easy to do. They're just not good.
I think the black and the blue one are the worst, right?
Yeah.
And then the green one is if you got like 20 more power of dudes, right?
I think so, 10 or 20, yeah.
And you can cast the thing for free, which is kind of easy to do in a big green deck when you're trying to do that. Right?
Some people I've actually talked to a couple of people that say, but the foils of these are really expensive. The reason the foils of these are expensive is because they came from Lorwyn, and that's their only foil printing.
Yes.
So that isn't because they're worth money. It's because they were only printed one time in a set where Magic was really down in the dumps and isn't as popular. So not many people opened them. So not that many floating around. So don't be fooled and don't buy this unless you want a specific one.
You know what? I do like these. I do like these because the foils are like expensive. And you could probably get all 5 of these for the same price as buying one of the foils from Lorwyn.
Yeah.
So for that reason, they're good. I like when things are
good,
made more affordable. Are we just going to skip these ones?
We'll skip the Shades Not Included lines. Neither one of us are a fan. I'm happy that a creator out there is getting the rub, getting some money. That's
Very
excellent.
Yeah.
But beyond that, no.
People love them. I don't love them.
Yeah.
Big shout out to, I'm going to try and say the name, Ben Schnuck. Ben Schnuck. Made proxies and got picked up by WotC to make these lands.
Good on you.
They look like Tron. Put these in your Tron deck.
Yeah.
That's a good place for them.
Good call. Showcase Neon Dynasty. Destiny, sorry. It's a 4-card thing with the yellow neon ink. You get a Ghostly Prison. That's a commander card for sure. Freed from the Real. That's also a commander card. It's a combo piece. Besiege You That Sheltered All. Commander card and necessary reprint because it was getting really expensive.
Yep.
And Hall of the Bandit Lord, which is the same as Besiege You. This is a good thing. Having opened Neon Destiny and knowing now that the soft glow treatment doesn't actually glow under blacklight, this whole Secret Lair can eat my whole ass.
Do you
want those cards.
Do you have the inked ones though? Like, do you have?
No, I don't have the ink.
Oh well, hey, maybe.
I'm not gonna spend that kind of money just to see because I'll bet you they don't. So F this stupid Secret Lair. The art's fine, but meh. Last one, we have special guest Yoko Shimizu, which has actually, I think, some really cool art in them. I really like these.
This is that's the artist's name?
Yep.
Okay.
So you've got Hiroki Dust Drinker. That's a commander card played in Stacks decks.
And expensive foil because from original Kamigawa.
We have Kira the Great Glass Spinner, another, I think, still expensive foil because it's played lots of places, protects your creature. I really like that art with the little, like, weird head with fins floating in a bubble.
What's happening
That's
there?
just cool. I really want one of those Eidolons of the Great Revel in foil. I really like that card. It's like a beast that's flexing and it's on fire. It looks like Tony the Tiger, except he's like going Super Saiyan 6, right? That's amazing. I really like that. And then the last card that we will touch on today is the Elvish Spirit Guide. This is the first reprinting of this card since Alliances.
Wowzers,
So lots of people probably haven't played this card a ton. You discard it to get you move it from the game, I guess, hey?
You exile it
And get a green mana.
and you get a green.
Very cool. I used to play it in Flash Hulk.
I played an Animar.
It plays in Flash Hulk is where I played that.
Yeah, and you know what? This will mark the first ever foil printing for this card as well.
Yeah.
And
so that's cool. I think that one's I don't understand why there isn't a black card in that.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Maybe there's a secret black card?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I don't like when they put the secret, because what if it's a card that somebody really, really wanted and then like it doesn't have to be expensive. Maybe it's just like a Dismember or a Hero's Downfall or a Terror, but you really like the art and you missed it because you don't know what it was.
I don't like that when it was in there. Yeah, it's kind of a...
And now you're...
The marketing tactic is you get a bonus. It's like a wink. Everybody knows you get a bonus these days.
Yeah.
Right? Versus the marketing tactic of we're going to put in a fifth card and charge you more for it. They just charge you the same price as if they were going to sell you five cards, but they sell you 4 and you get a bonus one.
Yeah.
If you want those bonus cards,
segue.
You can go to fusiongamingonline.com when they have their secret layers cracked open and stuff. Use promo code CCO Spring because it is going to be spring soon. We just got like 7 inches of snow, but it's going to be spring.
It'll be melted by the end of the month. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah. Final thought of the day on secret layers and stuff.
I think for me, maybe the Secret Lairs might have missed the mark. I know they all missed the mark for Ryan because he doesn't buy them. But for me, who does sometimes accidentally buy more than I probably want to, I think the Street Fighter one was great and the rest of them just aren't for me. But they are for lots of people that are out there.
I got this. In every single one of these drops, I can find things that I do like, and I would put the cards into decks. Some of them are well picked. Some of the arts I appreciate. Some of the mechanically unique ones, like the Street Fighters, I can see myself doing the thing that they do. And for that reason, great. Am I going to buy them? No. The reason? Fucking too expensive to get them in Canada. Figure it out, WotC.
Figure it out, WotC. And on that note, we're going to say what? KO. Perfect. I think that's what they say when KO. When they did it.
Yeah, it's got to be a thing, right?
Yeah. In any case, we're going to be back with another episode of Breaking the Mold.
Yep.
We're going to do another color. We got lots of submissions. Keep them coming in on our Discord channel. And we're going to be back here next week with another super exciting episode of Commander Cookout Podcast. Hit our theme song!
Perfect.